I'm sorry, I've lost all the money.
Hello, welcome to this video. We've got 3 amazing accountants and we've got 5 fantastic business owners, and we're going to be finding out which one of those business owners is in fact an imposter and not actually a business owner. That's right, they're lying to us. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this.
I run a wholesale dessert company.
I own and run a film school.
Confidence coach, workshop facilitator, and keynote speaker.
I'm a certified walking tour guide of London.
I run a Google Ads agency.
Panellists, can you please state your first guess as to who you think the imposter might be?
Vincent, what famous person has come out of your film school?
Oh, me.
You?
Surely there's someone that we've heard of before, though, Vince.
Oh, yeah, you know, we're teaching actors, so acting is a lot about lying. So you see, I'm lying so well.
Is this a double bluff?
Yeah.
I think this is a double
I
bluff.
don't know if I buy it.
No.
Where have you got the investment from to get to where you are?
I got the investment from my in-laws. We came up with this concept of emergency desserts, and you layer it so it's kind of like a gift box essentially. People can keep it in the cupboard, take it out when they've got people coming over when they're kind of freaking out about what to make for dessert.
I want you to talk me through how you approached that conversation.
They owned a business, and we just got to, we got to know each other, obviously. I talked about my business idea, and they offered the idea of investment into it, because my reason for not doing it was always not enough money.
Did you not put any of your own cash into this business?
I put a little bit, but I really didn't have much at all, so they have a pretty high stake in it.
Setting up a business with somebody else's money is obviously quite tough, like, bootstrapping and growing a business and using somebody else's ideas and only having 2 products.
It's the caginess about, like, paying it back or not paying it back.
Keep coming back to his in-laws bit, right?
Yeah.
I don't see a ring, or do I see a ring?
You see a ring, on the other hand, Swiss.
So, Bev,
Yeah.
what's the most awkward advice you've had to give somebody?
Mainly doing what you're scared of. So the advice isn't necessarily awkward, but it's going to be awkward for some people to do things that they don't want to do.
What's the most obscure thing that someone's been nervous about?
It may be, there's a lot to do with body positivity, body confidence. Don't know if I'll say it's obscure, but for some people, when they're going through that, for them, it's obscure. So yeah, got them to take certain pictures of themselves, for themselves, but it was really cathartic for them.
Obviously, there's a lot of people that do struggle with confidence, but how scalable is that as a business? I don't know.
So Taylor, what was the last thing you YouTube to find out how it's going to make it better?
So I'm very interested at the minute in productivity, and I'm into a method called Para. So you have your own brain and you have a second digital brain that is searchable and holds every piece of information you know plus more.
And who have you been watching to kind of get that inspiration from?
There's a man in Canada that looks a bit like Elon Musk, but he's slightly more human.
So Chris, your business sounds like it's a perfect opportunity when it's nice and sunny and it's lovely weather out there. You can go and talk about Big Ben and all those other things, but what's your contingency plan when you've got the British weather?
It is just part of the business. Whatever happens to be going on, you adapt. Another thing that we do is try to make it as comfortable for guests as possible. If we want to see something that might be across the street, we try to get some shelter, maybe under the overhang of a building on our side of the street.
That felt almost too well rehearsed as an answer for me.
Met Office.
Everything was on point. Like, you knew that people were going to ask you about the weather. You're a tour guide. You're out in the rain. It felt too rehearsed.
Accountants, please vote who you think is telling the truth.
I think that Ben is telling the truth and is not the mole.
I think Taylor's telling the truth and is definitely not the mole.
I think Taylor is telling the truth and definitely not the mole.
Taylor, you've been eliminated.
Bev, confidence coach. How is that scalable as a business, and what are your plans to grow?
In terms of scalability, I'm not at the stage where I'm looking to have a team or employees. It's more about myself connecting with larger organisations and internationally as well.
How do you plan to connect with these people internationally? What is that going to add to your business?
It allows me to combine my love for travel, cultures, along with the coaching and the speaking. And when it comes to the plans for that, it's doing what I've been doing already. So either cold emails, LinkedIn, but also going to networking events and when I'm out in different countries too.
Ben, what's the most obscure flavour of dessert that you do in your wholesale business?
We don't do obscure flavours. We're quite a small business to start with. That's for growth later, but we do blondies, brownies.
And why did you want to try and keep that such a small niche of products?
So the nature of the product is as a gift, an emergency dessert, essentially.
What would make you stand out? Because brownies quite a... There's a lot of people making brownies, right? So how would you...
Banoffee brownie, because I love banoffee. I think it's easier to sell what you like.
See, I would have thought, if you've got that business nailed down, you'd have that idea, would you?
Yeah,
would
you'd already be there, right?
You'd be
And you'd
thinking
have
about
your
it?
plan. Chris, what kind of services do your current accountants offer you?
Currently, they offer bookkeeping services and filing.
Surely, as a business owner, you're going to have more services than just 2 things that your accountant does for you. Like, I find that a bit strange, don't you?
Yeah.
Like, I know I do
Could be a poor
so
accountant.
much.
You could be a
Could
poor
be.
In the future, who knows? This might grow. It might get a little bit more complex. Advising on how to pay commissions. If I book out a fellow guide, for example.
But if it's simple transactions, surely you're paying someone to do that for you when you could be doing that yourself.
I've already been in business. So I've opened an incorporated company in Canada back in 1994. I had my first UK registered business here, founded in 2002. So some of that other suite of services that often new businesses require. Are you in IR35, out of IR35? Do you need to register for VAT or not? I've been through those discussions multiple times.
There's a lot of terminology there.
It seems super rehearsed.
Yeah.
But do you just rehearse that? I mean, IR35, is that something... If you're
That's
coming
too
to this,
specific.
Yeah. If you're coming to the shoot now, would you know what IR35 is as an actor? We don't want to know what IR35
No,
is.
we don't want IR35, but yeah.
Vincent, what kind of expenses do you claim in your business that ordinarily are not allowed?
My business is international, so it works in Ukraine, my homeland, it works in Paris, and it works here. I will talk mostly about Ukraine because most of the students are from there. They come to me, they pay me, and I teach them. So basically, it's only paying to teachers and rent.
Okay, well, you didn't really answer the question because they're
Why?
unique ones that are specifically to TV and film industry. And if you had a film school, you would know that.
In the UK, I'm only for 2 years, and my film school here is working only for 1 year. And as long as I teach here by myself, and I don't have any other teachers here, I just do the self-assessment. So,
But surely your students are asking these questions.
I'm a film director, and I do movies, and I just offer my students, basically actors, to participate in those films to get a tiny or even a bit bigger role in it. So it's the main essence. So they don't ask questions, they're just happy.
There's at least 1 or 2 expenses he could have literally named if he's doing like TV and film.
You want to build someone who can run with that career going forwards, right?
Yeah.
Like, granted, giving them the skills to be able to do what they do is one thing, but actually, like, knowing how to do that tax efficiently, like, granted, you might want an accountant on board, but there are some things that you might want to give them as extra skills.
And I think the other thing is as well, like having students from Ukraine come into the UK, more importantly, you'd want to know the difference between UK and Ukraine.
Why did you choose the UK then? So you're obviously comfortable in Ukraine, you've had the Paris one. If you're going to choose the UK, surely you want to do a bit of research for it?
I like the weather.
Oh, wow.
Vote the person you believe is telling the truth.
I believe that Chris is telling the truth.
I believe Chris is telling the truth.
I believe that Ben is telling the truth.
Chris, you've been voted out.
My question is to Bev. So if I come up, and can you just do a technique?
Absolutely. So if you'd like to join me here.
Yeah.
So we're going to do what we call power poses, but also a power strut as well.
Okay.
What do you get nervous about?
Walking.
You can either choose to have one hand on your hip or both.
Okay.
And then what I want you to be able to do is one foot in front of the other, head looking up, and then you're just going to walk.
Do I need to do the whole swing thing?
Yeah, of course. You're going to swing your hips, and then one foot in front of the other, and then you're going to walk. Right, swing the hips, swing the hips.
Do you feel more confident?
I do actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually do.
So you talk a lot about networking, right? And you're doing a lot of going around networking. What's the most obscure place that you've had to prove that was for business purpose?
One of my favourites was probably Jamaica. And out there, I was also doing one of the things I do, which is dance workshops, but it's confidence dance workshops.
And did your accountant push back that it was a business expense?
No,
No, fully.
my accountants don't push back.
So most accountants, like when you travel, would say, well, a percentage of that is personal.
Yeah, you're not wholly and exclusively going to Jamaica for work.
100%.
Because you've just said it's a beautiful place, beautiful food. You're getting some personal benefit out.
But why can't a beautiful place be for work?
Not wholly and exclusively, though.
Vincent, I want you to act out to me if you've just had some bad tax news.
Okay, I lost money.
I want tears, I want emotion.
You've
I want
just
raw.
lost £53,000.
What did you say? Did you say it to me? £53,000! What a friggin' set!
Wow. Yeah, give the man an Oscar.
But what I find that's really difficult is in this line up here, one of them, hopefully, that we've got them still behind
Oh,
here.
we definitely, 100%, back ourselves.
One of these is an actor.
Yeah.
But I think if we ask the same question to Ben to do the same thing, I would love to see that response.
What? If I lost £53,000?
Yeah, so you can't pay your in-laws back now. How are you
You've
feeling?
just lost it. Basically, tax fraud. Somebody's just taken £53,000 out of your bank.
How are you feeling?
How do you feel?
I don't know. I don't know how to. I'm sorry. I've lost all the money. I need some more to go again.
I mean, that hit me. That really hit me. That did. You know, my biggest problem is I think Vincent's double bluffing us. That's my biggest issue.
Yes. I didn't believe Ben until right then when he said, I need
that
more money
hit
to
me.
go again.
That hit me.
Because any business owner is going to want to try and keep going.
But we asked him to act, and he couldn't act.
This is also true.
So if he is the actor,
But he could have been acting.
he is.
Yeah.
He could have been acting. So he could have been there.
Just saying, I wouldn't hire him. That's all I'm saying.
And Bev, I could watch YouTube and learn that.
And if you were an actor, you would know how to.
I would know that too.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely learn how to be confident.
I believe that Vincent is the mole.
I believe Bev has been telling fibbies.
I believe Vincent is the fake.
Will the imposter please step forward in 3, 2, 1.
I know, but I said I wouldn't hire you. You're the worst actor I've ever known.
Accountants, please reveal who you voted for upon first inspection.
I initially thought that Taylor was the mole.
I was convinced it was Vincent, and I thought he was double bluffing us.
I was convinced it was Vincent.
Okay, we lost. It hurts, but don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.